1. Guys feel like they're on cloud 9 when they're in love. This is especially true in the beginning stages of a relationship. Their dopamine production ramps up in their brain, which is followed by a sense of total bliss. Their life seems perfect, and they only notice the good in the world. 2. A guy's sense of judgment goes out the window when he's in love. Love can make people do strange things. Even the most sensible and logical man can do some out-of-character things when they begin falling hard for someone. 3. He doesn't care what other people think. Most people stay close to societal norms as they enter adulthood. However, if a man is in love and people don't approve, their fear of stepping out of line will fade away. They'll unabashedly declare their love for anyone they feel romantically about. 4. Men start using the word "we" more. When men are single, they tend to use the word "I" quite often. However, this changes when they're involved with someone. Without even realizing it, "we" and "us" will pop up much more in their vocabulary. 5. Men find it hard to stay angry for long. Even when two people are madly in love, arguments and conflicts can arise. However, even when your opinions collide, a man will find it difficult to stay mad for too long. They typically don't hold a grudge for too long. Once the problem is worked out, it's back to love and affection. 6. Most men aren't great with words. Guys usually express their love with actions rather than words. They may have a hard time describing their feelings, but they won't shy away from displaying their love for you. 7. Men can be possessive of the people they love. When a man loves you, they feel a need to safeguard you. They can feel jealous of anyone trying to steal your attention in a similar way that they are. It doesn't matter if you're in a committed relationship, a man will try to fend off anyone who's competing for your attention. 8. A guy's softer side comes out. When a man is in love, their softer side comes out. They want to be caring, empathetic, and compassionate with their love interest. 9. Men usually fall faster than women. Although this might not be true in every case, when a man finds someone attractive, they'll take the lead in the relationship. Whereas women are more likely to weigh up the potential drawbacks and outcomes, a man is more likely to jump right in. 10. Men can lose their appetite when they're in love. A study on falling in love put out by the dating website eHarmony found that loss of appetite can be a symptom of developing feelings for someone. This is likely because when you fall in love, your body experiences a surge of oxytocin. The production of this hormone plays a big part in regulating body weight and appetites. Or, maybe it's just all the butterflies in your stomach keeping you full. 11. Love can help guys overcome addiction. Love can get you high without the need for stimulants like cigarettes, alcohol, and other potentially harmful substances. In some instances, it can give men the willpower to tackle their addictions. 12. Men like it when their partner admires them. Men enjoy being looked up to, whether that be for protection, advice, or guidance. Societal norms may have a lot to do with this, but it's something they hope for from their partners. 13. They want to impress the people they love. Guys are more careful of how they carry and express themselves at the beginning of a relationship. the usual worry-free guy will become more aware of how they look and behave. If he wants to keep you around, his usual habits and appearance might level up. 14. Guys are more open with the people they love. Guys that seem reserved with the rest of the world can be an open book with their love interest. They recognize that letting their partner know their imperfections and vulnerabilities can actually make their relationship stronger. Of course, this may be a slow process. But, as their partner reciprocates by letting their own guard down, guys gain more confidence and are more willing to let them in. 15. Guys will try to understand your feelings. A guy who is in love will want to understand his partner's feelings. He wants to know all the things that make you happy or sad. If you have a problem, he'll be all ears to listen and comfort you if you're feeling down. A man who is in love will also want to answer any intimate questions you have so that he can get to know you better. 16. There is more to love than just sex. A huge misconception regarding men is that sex is all they want in a relationship. While they do consider it an important part, it's not everything. Spending time with you and doing activities you both enjoy is equally important. 17. Men are more likely to fall in love first. Whereas women are usually more logical when it comes to love, men don't take as long to fall for someone. They are simple creatures. If the attraction they feel for someone is instantaneous, you've passed the first test. 18. He might mimic some of the things you do. Mimicking or mirroring some of their partner's likes and dislikes is a gesture a man might make when they begin to fall in love with someone. It's their way of trying to be in sync with you. 19. Guys will overlook many flaws when they are in love. When a man falls in love, he'll ignore your flaws. Or, he'll see them as assets. Whereas you may feel self-conscious about them, when a guy falls in love, he falls in love with all of you, even your shortcomings. 20. A guy that's in love can't resist wanting to see you. A guy who's truly in love doesn't play hard to get. He'll want to be around you as often as possible. Call him or message him, and he'll respond as soon as he can. Ask him to hang out when he's free, and he'll be there. 21. Physical touch is very important to men. Physical touch, and not just sex, is very important for men. Simple things like holding hands, cuddling, and kissing are aspects of the relationship that guys find vital. 22. He'll find ways to touch you. Whether it's giving you a friendly goodbye hug, nudging you to look at something, or giving you a high five, a man that's in love is longing for physical touch. He might do these things without even thinking about them. 23. He loves getting compliments from you. Guys remember the compliments they get from the people they're in love with. He'll remember even the smallest praise from you and hold it close to his heart. So if you like his smile or think it's sexy when he wears a white t-shirt, tell him. 24. Guys are more likely to fall for someone like their mom. This fact is strange but true. When choosing mates, men usually favor partners who remind them of their mothers. This has been studied many times, and all different sorts of theories have been offered. It could be that we're pre-programmed to seek out partners from the same species group as us. Or, it could just be that we have a preference for things that we're familiar with. 25. A guy's relationship with his mother plays a role in his love life. The mother-son bond sets a pretty important foundation for a man's love life. If he had a healthy relationship with his mother, he's more likely to form a close and loving bond with his future partners. However, if he had a tough relationship with his mom growing up, he might unconsciously choose partners who treat him the same way. 26. A guy's relationship with his father also plays a role in his love life. The way a guy sees his father interacting with his mother can influence the way he treats his partner. Guys who grow up with parents who are equally affectionate with one another are much more likely to have healthy romantic relationships. 27. Men find the color red very attractive. Red catches a man's eye very easily. He finds it sexually attractive, and it gathers his attention. If you want a man to notice you, a simple way you can do this is to wear the color red. 28. Guys love it when women wear high heels. Wearing high heels can make women more attractive to men. There have been all sorts of theories as to why this is. Like, for example, it makes women look more feminine, gives them an attractive gait, or makes their hips sway more when they walk. 29. Guys sometimes slack off at work when they're in love. When a guy is in love, his mind is focused on one thing only, which can affect his work life. It could mean he'll make more mistakes on the job or not pay as close attention to tasks as he normally does. 30. Love stresses guys out. It's been shown that our bodies produce higher levels of cortisol, the stress hormone, during the first 6 months of falling in love with someone. Did he say the wrong thing? Is he being too clingy? All of these thoughts can stress a guy out. 31. Guys are willing to wait for their crush to come around. If a guy has a crush on you, and you don't know for sure if you feel the same way, it's not completely game over for him. A man will try their best to win you over before giving up. If he senses a glimmer of hope, he'll consider this struggle well worth the effort in the end. Check out these psychological facts about crushes for more insight into how he's really feeling. 32. Men find pain easier to bear when they're in love. Love can be a natural painkiller. A study on love and pain was conducted by Stanford University School of Medicine. It found that the areas of the brain that become activated when someone's in love are the same areas that drugs target to reduce pain. So if you're on a date with a guy and he stubs his toe, it probably won't hurt as bad if you're next to him. 33. He likes the way you look. If a guy is in love with you, he likes the way you look. You don't have to be self-conscious about your appearance, he already loves every inch of you. 34. Love first starts with physical attractiveness for men. Men are visual creatures, and attraction begins with your body. The way you look will make a man decide if he initially likes you. Of course, personality and compatibility come into play, but it all begins with your physical traits. 35. He doesn't want to have sex all the time. This is another stereotype. Most people think that men are ready and willing to have sex with their partner 24/7, but sometimes they're just not in the mood. This could be because they're tired, stressed, or feeling another strong emotion that takes up most of their attention. 36. Guys are willing to leave their comfort zone when in love. When a guy is in love, he'll be more willing to leave his comfort zone and less afraid to try new things. If he's usually fearful of heights, he may be more willing to hike up a mountain or go skydiving if you're around. If he's a homebody and doesn't like traveling, he'll be more inclined to take a trip if it means he gets to spend more time with you. 37. He might give you a pet name. If a guy is in love with you, he may begin to refer to you by a pet name or an endearing term. It could be something like sweetheart, honey, and baby. Or, he might create his own special name for you. 38. Chocolate will make his feelings of love more intense. There's a scientific reason why chocolate and love go hand in hand. Eating chocolate releases 4 chemicals in the brain, one of which is oxytocin, the love hormone. So eating chocolate while you're hanging out with your partner can intensify your feelings of love and romance. 39. He'll want to know what your future plans are. Men who are in love will want their partner to be a part of their future. So, if he asks you what your goals are, where you see yourself in 5 years, or if you ever plan on moving, he's just checking in to see if you two will be compatible in the long run. 40. He'll be excited for you to meet his family and friends. If you got it, flaunt it. This phrase applies to a man that's in love. He'll be eager to tell his family and friends about you, and he'll be excited when the time comes for you to meet his inner circle. 41. A man will form positive memories early on. In the early days of being in love, a man will form new memories of your relationship. This deepens his feelings of affection toward you and helps him free his brain from some of the mental baggage he may be carrying from past lovers. 42. A guy that's in love is extra kind in the early stages. This isn't to say that men are only kind at the start of the relationship, but it's true that he will probably try harder to consider your feelings and impress you in the early days. He'll be very aware of his behavior and how it affects you. 43. Most men find a woman's face the most attractive part of her body. A study on heterosexual male attraction conducted by online pharmacy Dr. Felix found that nearly half of the participants, 46%, voted that a woman's face is her most attractive feature. 44. Guys get jealous of your affection easily. If a man is in love with you, he will undoubtedly feel jealous if you flirt with another guy in front of him. But on the other hand, if you show affection towards him in front of other guys, he'll feel like he's on top of the world. 45. When a man is in love, he speaks more directly. Whereas women might say something but mean something else, men are more likely to say something straight. He won't intentionally leave room for confusion. 46. Guys that are in love have better posture. Men that are in love use alpha body language. When he's around you, he'll stand taller, pull his shoulders back, and walk with confidence. 47. Guys feel more pain than women following a breakup. Society seems to encourage men to hide their feelings more than women. But guys can actually feel more trauma than women when they're hurt emotionally. According to a study conducted at Lancaster University, men experience more emotional pain than women after a breakup. 48. He loves looking at you. You can tell he's in love with you if he can't take his eyes off of you. When a guy falls for someone, he can't help but look at you, and he especially loves making direct eye contact. 49. He likes it when you make the first move. It's an outdated assumption that only guys can make the first move. Men find it very attractive when the person they're falling for initiates physical intimacy. 50. He's not scared of PDA. A man that's in love with someone won't shy away from public displays of affection. This isn't in a sexual way. He'll make little gestures, like holding your hand, giving you a quick kiss on the cheek, or wrapping his arm around you. 51. When a guy holds your hand, your breathing syncs up. Research conducted at the University of Colorado found that when two empathetic partners hold hands, their heart and respiratory rates sync up. 52. He becomes much more optimistic. When a guy falls in love, he becomes more upbeat and optimistic. He's got a pep in his step, and life seems brighter. 53. He will start to take care of you. This comes from a guy's protective nature. He wants to make sure you're comfortable in the relationship and well taken care of. He'll do things like give you his coat when you're cold and get you food if you're hungry.